Okay, let's be real. Your Android phone is probably one of two things. It's either your biggest distraction or it's your most powerful tool. So in this explainer, we're going to show you how to architect a system to make absolutely sure it's the latter. We're talking about transforming your phone into a dedicated getting things done machine. So let's get building.
Here's our blueprint for today. First, we're going to reframe the problem. Then, we'll lay down the GTD foundation, the core principles. After that, we'll choose our tools, assemble the actual machine, fire up its engine with the most important habit, and finally, make sure this whole thing is built to last.
All right, first things first, let's just acknowledge the reality here. For most of us, our phone, right out of the box, it's not optimized for focus. Not at all. It's designed for engagement, which, let's be honest, usually just means distraction. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. So, it really all boils down to this one question. Right now, what is your phone? Is it a tool for productivity, or is it a machine that just distracts you? Your honest answer to that really sets the stage for everything we're about to do, because we want to deliberately shift its main job from consumption to actual production. Just take a look at this contrast. On the left, you've got the default state that so many of us are trapped in, right? The endless scrolling, the constant barrage of notifications, and those vague reminders that just create more stress. Our goal is to build the machine you see on the right, a system designed for instant capture, focused action, and a bit of intentional digital minimalism. And this is so crucial. This isn't about finding some magical app that's going to fix everything. No, it's about architecting your entire digital world, using your phone's built-in powers to create a system that serves your attention instead of one that's constantly trying to steal it. Okay, let's get to the foundation. The architectural plan for our entire machine is David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology. And what it does is it breaks down the messy process of managing all your life's stuff into 5 really clear stages. And these are the 5 pillars. You capture, you clarify, you organize, you reflect, and you engage. I want you to think of these as the core components of our machine. Every single idea, task, or promise you have is going to move through this exact workflow. If you can get this right, everything else just kind of falls into place.
Now, let's be clear. Capture is the most critical step. The rule here is super simple. If it takes you more than 5 seconds to get an idea out of your head and into your system, the system will fail. Why? Because you'll stop trusting it. So our #1 engineering challenge is making capture absolutely frictionless.
Next up is clarify, and this is where we use the golden rule of GTD, the 2-minute rule. As you're going through all the stuff you captured, you just ask one simple question. Can I do this in 2 minutes or less? If the answer is yes, you do it right then and there. This one little trick keeps all those small, pesky tasks from clogging up your whole system.
Okay, so what if it takes longer than 2 minutes? Well, then we organize. This is where so many people go wrong. Every single item needs a specific home. Your inbox, that's just the temporary landing zone. Next actions are for the single physical tasks you can do right now. Projects are for any goal that needs more than one step. Waiting for is where you track stuff you've delegated. Someday/maybe is for all those cool ideas you might get to eventually. And reference is for info you need to keep but don't need to act on. The bottom line here is everything gets a home, no exceptions.
All right, so we've got the blueprint down. Now it's time to pick out our building materials. This means we've got to choose the right command center, the main app that's going to run your system. And look, this choice is personal. It completely depends on your style and what you need this machine to do for you.
So let's find the right fit for you. If you're the kind of person who wants to follow the GTD rules exactly, you're a purist. Check out those apps. If you love to tinker and want all the features and flexibility you can get, you're a power user. Maybe you just want your calendar, habits, and tasks all in one convenient spot. Then the all-in-ones are perfect for you. And if you just want something simple, free, and that just plain works, you can't go wrong with the minimalist options. Seriously, the best app is the one you actually stick with. So pick one that feels right.
All right, this is where the fun starts, the hands-on part. We've got our blueprint, we've got our materials. Now it's time to actually assemble the machine by setting up our Android phone for peak performance.
So remember what we said about frictionless capture? Here's exactly how you do it. First, put a little 1x1 Add Task widget right on your home screen. Make it easy to get to. Second, get comfortable using your voice. Just say, "Hey Google, note to self," and talk. Third, become a master of the Android share sheet. You can send websites, emails, anything directly to your inbox. And hey, don't forget about your camera. It's perfect for snapping a pic of a whiteboard or a sticky note. Now, just as important is optimizing the phone itself.
Think about using a minimalist launcher to hide all those distracting apps. You should also practice what I like to call notification zen. Basically, if a notification wasn't sent by an actual human, turn it off. Make use of Android's focus mode to block distracting apps when you need to do deep work. And here's a pro-level move for you. Set up a grayscale toggle. It makes your phone feel like a tool, not a shiny toy.
Now let's talk about the engine. You can build the most amazing, beautiful machine in the world, but without an engine, it's just a sculpture. In GTD, the engine is the weekly review. And let me be clear, this is the single most important habit you need for this to succeed.
You know, if there is only one thing you take away from this entire explainer, let it be this. A GTD system lives or dies by the weekly review. Skipping it is not an option. It's not a nice-to-have, it's a must-do. Think of it like scheduled maintenance. It's what keeps your machine from breaking down and prevents a total system collapse.
So what is it exactly? It's simple. It's an appointment you make with yourself every single week for about 30 to 60 minutes, no distractions. During this time, you get your inboxes to zero. You look at every single project and list, you update your plans, and you get rid of anything that's no longer relevant. This isn't just about cleaning up. It's the process that gives you that incredible feeling of being completely on top of your game.
Okay, last section. We've built this awesome machine. Now, how do we keep it from falling apart in a week? We need to install some guardrails to avoid the really common ways people end up self-sabotaging their own systems.
Here are the 3 biggest pitfalls, the mistakes almost everyone makes. First, app overload. Don't do it. Resist the temptation. Keep it simple. One task app, one calendar, one notes app. That's it. Second, vague tasks. A task like work on project is useless. Open the document and outline section 1. Now that's a clear, physical next action. And third, the discipline gap. I'm going to say it one last time, skipping the weekly review guarantees this system will fail.
So, there you have it, the complete blueprint for turning your Android phone from a distraction machine into a productivity powerhouse. The plans are all here, they're in your hands, so the only real question left is, when are you going to start building?